Okay, I do believe it's time for another Steve Joe's property update. A lot of stuff's transpired. I'm nowhere near where I want this place to be as far as the vision goes, but we're going to take a tour and talk about all that. So one of the major accomplishments I did get done is getting an 80,000, that's right, 80,000 BTU natural gas heater installed in my garage. And boy, that baby is nice. That will heat this place up 80, 90 degrees in just a matter of minutes. And it's natural gas and it's up there and it transforms this whole area into a nice, comfortable area. So there it is there. I brought the natural gas in. B vent goes up top there. The wire is pretty sketch. I have to work on that. I have some BX to run. In fact, that's how I got privy and wise to those boxes, those electrical boxes that you're going to see in my other video, if not already. And that's how I got on that. But I'm going to run actually conduit in the box with this BX cable stuff. And also what's upcoming here is a man door. So this is going to be an 8-foot workbench here. All this crap is coming out of here. This is going to be an 8-foot workbench here. And it's going to be really nice. I'm going to finish drywalling this whole place and finish and painted. There's going to be a man door, or right there, probably a person door, right, to be sexually correct here, and a walking door that's going to go straight out there, and it's going to land up or hand up right in front of the big shed out there. So I'm looking forward to that. We're going to go outside, take a walk around the yard. There is some talk of in this room here, which is going to be the man cave, to put a man door in here that'll go out to the front sidewalk, but that's still questionable. I don't know about that, but I've been working away. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to open the garage door, one of the garage doors, working away at this backyard to get this ready for some reconfiguration work. But the rains came this morning, so I can't be on the tractor this morning. So what does one do when they can't be on the tractor? It's like, well, they can practice their selfie stick work. So here we go. Pretty good drizzle out here in Seattle, no surprise. I had to call the wood chip people and put the wood chip stuff on hold because I was just getting inundated. I wasn't getting them out of here as quick as they were coming in. So I'm on hold for the wood chips. They're bringing some nice chips, but this is going to be the garden area, so I need to stop the chips and move the chips. And not sure. One of the ideas Valerie actually had was move the wood chip operation up here. I'll move the gravel that way. When people come in with their trailers and trucks, it's a little easier to load them up with chips here. That would give her room to start on the garden. We kind of got to start on the tree grove there. There's some apple trees and a pear tree and cherry trees. So anyway, all these wood chips got to go, but everything is hinged. Everything has to be in lockstep. So before I can move these chips back here, there's some trees I had to cut down that were in a way. I was just sick of backing in them with a tractor. And so, the rain's coming down now. So I took down 4 or 5 trees or more in this center area, dug the roots out, and leveled it off. There's some about 20 yards or more of dirt, topsoil that I scraped off the lawn that are piled up over there that I need to get rid of. So I spread that around here and getting ready to spread some more chips. I want to actually just move all of those chips and put them in different areas. Number one, spread it out. Number two, I have little caches of wood chips here and just different areas here. I'm also fighting a brush problem. So I have so much brush here that I need to burn and or get rid of. So I have to strategically figure out my program here. So I did clear out this back area, and not this area yet, but so I could store some chips there. I like my wood stacking idea here. These are the trees that I cut down in here, wherever they were. Good riddance. I've been adding to this pile for 2 years now, and I was questioning myself why I was kept pushing crap on there with the tractor when I had a suspicion there was a stump And sure enough, there was. Somebody had cut a tree down before I got the property, and there already was a pile, and so I just kept adding to it. So I suspected every place I started piles, there were a stump. Actually, there was. Right over here, in this thing, there was a tree stump over here. And I dug that out. That was a 2-hour, 45-minute endeavor with a backhoe. These stumps, boy, these trees are so tall. Look at that. I measured with the laser. They're about 120 feet tall, most of them. And so they have root systems that are hellacious. I'm rambling. So we had some drama last weekend where the neighbor guy's a developer. He's building a $million-some house over there, custom house. And he cleared out some trees for the house. Big windstorm came, blew down a cluster of 3 trees, and they went across this gravel road and landed up in that 7,200 volt line, 7.2 kV line. Caught the trees on fire a little bit, and oh, it was mayhem. So power was out for quite a bit on all these people back here. I have underground power, so I was not affected. But the good news is I spent all day Saturday with my tractor. I went around there on that road and helped cut the rest of it down. They did bring a crew out in the middle of the night to cut the wood up to clear the road so the residents back here can get in and out. But their power wasn't restored for like 12 hours or better. But anyway, I got all the firewood. I talked to the neighbor and he says, yeah, you can have it all. But, and you can see, look how torched up this is. This is where this part of the tree actually landed on the tree, on the wire, and caught on fire or smoldered and burnt for some period of time. That was pretty cool. But all the firewood that I harvested out of that road, which is only about 1/3 of the trees, because the tree that fell on this guy's property was closer to his house he's building, and it landed all the way over to there. So only the portion, 1/3 that was on the road, is what I got. So there's quite a bit still on his property. I'll have to hound him to get that wood. So this is what's left from stacking. This is what I was working on this weekend before the rain got me. So multitasking. So I wanted to get all this somewhat level in preparation for spreading 3 to 6 inches of wood chips to try to get rid of those wood chips and to make it look better, and stacking the wood. So I got a little wood cache here. It's a fairly big tree. Well, that's only the top 1/3 of it. So I stashed it there. And one of the wood chips piles I got with this orangey looking stuff. And so I thought what I would do is use that as a base on anywhere where I'm stacking this firewood. So I stacked some there. Oh yeah, I cut another tree down here and pulled that stump out. My idea was to be able to try to cut a road back to the garage, this tractor garage we're going to look at. Somewhat successful there. Here's a couple other areas where I'm stacking this wood. I need to do something with this wood. I don't have a woodshed big enough to hold all this wood, so I've just been finding crooks and trees to start as little log storage. So I'm ready to split it and sell it or whatever. It smells pretty good back here. Here is another one. This is all from one tree. There was one tree right over here that kept backing into the tractor. I said, that's it, buddy. When I back into a tree with a tractor more than a dozen times, he's out of there. The tractor's 17 foot long, so it's tough to maneuver here. But there is the 1-car garage that I had built, and that's where the tractor is. And so my idea is to use this garage for a vehicle, not so much the tractor. Tractors can stay outside. And so I had this kind of as a woodshed. That was stupid. This thing doesn't hold enough wood to be viable for a woodshed. Right now I got an old used generator I bought from another ham radio friend, miscellaneous stuff. I re-graveled this because the cement guys gave me a new little landing here, which is higher than that, so I had to float that up around there. And the tractor fits really nice underneath here. So I think what I'm going to do is start backing the tractor in this area here. It'll be covered, it'll look good in here. The backhoe will sit right in front of that cement step there and get rid of this crap. But the issue is trying to cut a road to get there because this grass is not established yet. I still have a water drainage problem and it's pretty soggy there. I wouldn't hazard to put any kind of vehicle through there yet, especially my car or my pickup. So the only way out is a road all the way through the woods and back around here. And so that's what I've been attempting to do here the last week or so. And I got rid of the one tree out of the way. This one's a little bit too big for me to handle, so he's going to stay. There's the new custom home going in. So anyway, I did manage to get the pickup truck back here twice, but it was quite a challenge. Now that this is all cleared out, that wasn't the big problem. There's all this dirt that I need to get out. But the problem is, I'll show you, is this curve up here. You would think that the truck would make it around there, but it does, but it is really, really tight. The first time I tried it, I had to back up 3 times to get around this tree and to clear that and to clear the fence to make it straight through here. And the second time I had a friend watch me. He came out here and was giving me hand signals, left, right, left, get closer to this. And I did it in one pass. We moved some of this junk. All this has to be cleared out. But we brought the truck through here and put the right tire over here as far as possible. And then, let's see, in fact, there's the tire tracks there. But it was still dangerously close. I mean, it felt like that bumper of the truck was just inches away from that fence. It's really deceiving. You'd think you'd be able to come right around there, but and then doing that with a car is going to be really risky. So I'm not sure this is going to be a viable option. I wouldn't be using this road very often. I'd only be putting the Challenger in that garage like over winter when I'm doing long-term storage and not using it. And that will free up the garage. So I got to rethink that. So, and it's really close here. Even though I took this tree out and it looks plenty wide, it's still pretty close. Sometimes if I get too close to this with the right tire, it kind of pops up on that knob over there. So I don't know. One of the original ideas was to clear out this brush pile and make this turn a little bit more gradual that way to get over onto that road. So I don't know. So here's walking trails. By right now I was hoping to have all this chip spread out and some of these and all the rest of this firewood stacked and to start burning this brush pile. So the goal of moving those chips are twofold, is to get ready for the garden, but mainly to start doing slash burns, brush burns, like I did a year ago or so, having 7-day fires, take the forklift, start pulling all this brush out, which should be dried out enough to burn, and pull all that stuff over into this area for about a week or so and try to reduce this brush down by burning it. And I want to stay in the center as much as possible. I don't want embers going up into the trees. I'm pretty sensitive about that. But also not blocking what I call the service road, which is right now my only way to get the tractor in and out of the back forest and subsequently over to the garage. Oh, I should mention this. Right now I take the tractor through here because the tractor isn't that wide as a vehicle, and it goes here effortlessly through these trees. But there is no way I could make it around this curve with the truck because of that holly tree. Valerie loves that holly tree, and I say whack it, but there's another stump there. It's just way too narrow to get the truck through there. But her idea was actually a good one. Let's go back over here. Is to clear this rock pile out. There's a 10-foot by 10-foot drainage pit that I made here. There was about a 2-foot tree root stump that I had to dig out, and this area is full of rocks for drainage. I sloped the backyard into this, but I also stored some cedar chips on top of it because I just needed a place to store chips. But her idea is to move this rock pile, and these 3 little trees are insignificant. I could cut those down and move this chips out of the way, put more rocks over there, and be able to drive through there. So that should give me, of course I won't know till I try it, that should give me more room to make this curve to drive a truck or vehicle through there. So we'll have to see how that works. I think that might work. I don't know. I might have to do a 3-point turn. But I want to try to do that, devise a scheme where I can drive a vehicle into that garage without driving on the grass. So that's the plan for that. I should wrap this video up. You guys are probably bored. But the other reconfiguration idea we just came up with is I'm going to remove this gravel road here. So this was designed back before we knew exactly where that property line was for that developer, and before I put the fence in. It seemed like I had 8 to 10 feet more on that side, but once we actually measured it out and agreed on where it should be, I got shortchanged a little bit. And anyway, this road I think is going to go. And I think I'm going to pull the grass back here. This stuff's going to get cut out. And I just don't have a need for this gravel path through here anymore. There's my radio tower. And this is going to be sod or grass here in the front yard. And it just seems silly to have this gravel road back there, or path. So I want the grass to flow right into this area here. So this will all be grass. This will be gone. I just don't need it. And I think I'll take the gravel out all the way up to the edge of this tractor garage. And I'm probably going to put a lean-to over here for some of the tools, lawnmowers, and maybe stop right here. And this nice grass here will continue over here, because this gravel will be gone, right into the backyard, which needs to be seeded once the deck is in, or patio. We're not sure what's going to happen out here yet. So I think that'll be easier to do if I get a riding mower, be able to just mow everything in a big circle. And this will be a lean-to. And this is the backyard. It's a mess. I'm contemplating on where the deck is going to be, if it's a deck or patio. There's maybe an issue with the drain field. There's one drain field line here that goes around here, and it may be in the way of the deck. So I'm waiting on an estimate for an outfit that does drain field location services, and if it's not cost prohibitive, I'll get them to try to locate that. Otherwise, I'll have to come up with something else. But temporarily, what I've done is I did get the door put in. I don't know if you guys saw this, the new sliding door from Home Depot. I'm pretty happy with that. To use it, I made some temporary steps that are nice and stout. I found some big blocks back there. They're 6-inch blocks which match the steps. And at least I have a way to come out here and cook and hang out and pee or whatever and get to the tractor area. And it's equidistant over to this side, which is another help hole I have to address here at some point. From here on out, it's going to be some sort of foo-foo landscaping. We're not sure. Valerie's got ideas for that. I'm going to fortify the burn area. It used to be here. This will be a secondary, a social burn area. It won't be a big brush burn area. Had this little burn thing, and it had some furniture I needed to burn, so I cheated. When I got the steps made, I celebrated, had a beer, had a steak, and sat there and burned a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, doors and cardboard. I had reduced this junk pile quite a bit, because it was mainly just doors and wood and cardboard, and all that's been torched up. Everything but the kitchen sink. Here's the kitchen sink. No, that's the bathroom sink. So that's what we have there. This gravel will stay, because this is a good parking area and a good place to pull up here and unload into the house. This is all ultimately going to get cleaned up. And what else we got? Ultimately, at some point, I'll get a new driveway, because the cedar roots are lifting up the asphalt. But the gate's holding up real nice. Look at all those cedar chips. Those aren't all cedar, but when they did bring cedar, the chip place, man, I hurried up, beat feet to get all that cedar up in here in big piles so I can spread it out and keep using it here. I really like this look and area, so I think I'll keep this. This would be really nice if I had a brick or paved driveway of some sort. Still thinking about that. Valerie got me this welcome cedar thing for my birthday. I need to mount that a little better, but this is going to be Critter Country, is what Valerie named it. We're going to have little wood sculptings. Every time we go to the fair or some of these roadside places, you see little bears, mama bear, papa bear, carved out with chainsaw and burnt a little bit with a torch. And so this whole area, you're going to have all these little critters, animals, maybe a wood carving raccoon up a tree. That'll be fun. Christmas decorations, haven't gotten them all down yet. They're making progress, though. I got them off the street. These, I had those out on extension cords on the other side of the pillars, the columns out on the road. Neighbors love them. These are super bright LED lights. Valerie put some Christmas balls. Windstorm came, blew them all over the damn place. The upshot is they're plastic and not glass, because I can find them everywhere. The wind would grab a hold of them and just roll them all down the driveway, and then of course run over them with a tractor. And there you have it. So that's all I have for now. See you later.